listen to, or the book that you read, or the video that you watch that
Right.
you're learning from. That's information. That's good stuff. But how we actually learn and change is through adversity. Now, you are one
Ah,
that understands
yes.
adversity very well, uh, and
Wow.
same here. So it's through these trials, this adversity, that we begin to learn and change. Now, as human beings, we resist change. We hate change. We don't want to change. We want to go with the flow. We want to do it easy. So it goes back to the question
Yes.
you were asking a few minutes ago. How how do we get people to do the work? First of all, they have to understand that they have built this box around themselves. And I noticed this with the pandemic, that people were forced to stay inside. Now they're starting to look at themselves and say, who am I? Where am I going? That sort of thing. And how do I get there? Most people have no clue how to build the 2.0 version of themselves. So they're listening to the people out there as a general rule in the world who are telling them, do this, think that, be that. They don't know who they are. And so they need to find out, first of all, who they are, and then what are the mechanisms that they have control over that they're willing to do something. So they need to get the information, they need to get the training, and they need to get the understanding. So these blogs that I write, I just finished one, published it yesterday, on believing in yourself. Most people do not believe in themselves. And so
I
I
know.
spent a lot of time getting into that sort of thing. And so that's the function of this breaking out of the box, is to,
Mm.
I posted up, I think, about 8 different blogs now. And people can find that on my website, thoughtgenius.com, and
Yes. And we'll make
be
sure
able.
to put, I want to make sure to put all of your links, all your media, we
Right.
are actually going to be pre-announcing your podcast because your work is so needed. I mean, just what you just said of the boxes that we build ourselves. It's like, you know what I see? For me, I use everything as a metaphor. It's like little caves that we hide ourselves in. And it's not like the spiritual cave that you go deep just to go into the depths of your darkness to know who you are, right? But I love that. And I love that with your work, people can begin to break through those walls, self-created walls or socially created walls or parents or legacies or loyalties or just what you said, that I think that the brain, more than the person, is like the brain doesn't want it to be hard. It wants it easy. It wants it like, it wants the easiest hack. It wants the easy money, the easy work, the easy relationship, to do the least effort to get the best result. But that's not what fulfillment is. That's not what creating a compelling, like Tony Robbins says, or brilliant future is. We will require the adversity of getting to know who we are. And I love that you are noticing that people don't believe in themselves. That's part of my mission, to help people restore self-faith, believe in the core of who they are, because if they do that, and I don't know what part has God in neuroscience, but for me it's a huge part of my life, right? And the more they believe in themselves, the more they will activate this God principle in themselves, and that's where all this magic, all these miracles, all these synchronicities, all these attraction, like me with you right now sitting here on this podcast, my mind is like, how, I know for me, this is how I said, the infinite mind or God wanted me to do this with you. It wanted me to keep, putting your work out there and me learning from you as well. So I'm just fascinated. I have a gazillion questions. I'm going to have you back, but tell us a little bit about your book. When is it going to be launched? And what are you expecting? What results, actually not you, but what results can people get from reading and going through this program that your book provides?
Oh, wow. Yvonne, you are so right on with all the other stuff that you said. And I appreciate you
A
asking the
lot.
question about my book. And,
Thank you
and
for catching up with me.
yeah, so we actually got up to the night before we were going to launch it, and there were a couple of things that were not in place. And so we pushed it back. And so now we're in the process of redoing some of the chapters and building a new cover for the book and that sort of thing. So I have picked a date after Labor Day in September, and I can't guarantee that that's going to be the date. But when we do launch it, we're going to do it basically on StreamYard so people can participate and see this. And we will have a Kindle version of the book available for like 99 cents for people to get the entire book that way. So that's going to be a special gift for people who join in this virtual launch party that we're going to have and help people understand what's in the book and what's in it for them, because there's so much information there, and each chapter has a special meaning about the energy, about the information. That's why I call it under the influence, energy, frequency, and vibration equals well-being, because it all has something to do with that. So I appreciate you asking me that question. That's kind of the plan of where we're going. And I
I
am
love that.
really
And
excited.
yeah, I wanted to say you that I think under the influence is going to be it's a really powerful premise to help people understand that we are, people are under the influence of alcohol, of social media, of all that stuff. But this is the next level of, if you really want to be under the influence of something, be in a higher frequency vibration, be influenced by a higher reality, be influenced by higher thoughts, be influenced by every day making a choice to blast off your little boxes, right? And enjoy the adversity of the world. A lot of people don't have adversity per se. They say, like, I had a good childhood, I never had challenges, but they can draw from the adversity of the world. For me, for example, when I see a problem out there, in Latin America or something, that adversity gives me, and I love the word because adversity is like add variety, adding something into my life. I'm going to take it and I'm going to create something out of it. Even if I don't have money, even if I have a challenge in my life, a situation, I'm going to be in creation mode because I want to be under the influence of God. I want to be under the influence of higher power. I want to be under the influence of something that compels my soul to work for a higher purpose and to make sure that my soul leaves a legacy, not my body, not my name, not how much money I did, how many buildings I built, or I don't, it's more, it's a transcendental experience of reality. So I love that you are doing this work, Dr. Fannin, and I'm going to be like inviting you back, and hopefully we can, once your book is published out, which is going to be the divine right timing for the book, we'll bring you back and have questions of the audience. And so one last thing before, this is so fascinating. I really recommend for people to just pause when Dr. Fannin is talking and just sit with that, because everything you've shared is like you speak like in a masterclass level, Dr. Fannin. I'm even like, should I interrupt to ask a question? Should this be a podcast or just a masterclass? Because really, your wisdom and your inner and outer knowledge of both the reality, the morphic field, right? The morphic field, the auric field, the electromagnetic field, all of those things, and you put it in such a practical way that I don't want people to miss out on that. So, what is one thing, one exercise that people can do? And I know they can. I want people to contact you. I want them to have coachings. I know you have a university that it's called Thought University, if I'm not, or Thought Genius University, if I'm not mistaken. But they can study with you. You can be a mentor. You are a public speaker too. They can hire you for that. But working with you, what would be one simple exercise that people can do to really embrace the power of their mind and begin to align with a deeper frequency that will help them thrive even more, or shift those limiting beliefs that they still carry, no matter what they have done?
That is a really, really great question. And so what I would say is it all kind of starts with awareness. And so uh, be aware that you are wandering around inside the box that you have built that you call your life, and you're wandering around wondering why life cannot be different and expecting that it's just going
Wow.
to magically appear. That's not how it works. Get the education, get the knowledge, break down the walls of this box that you have built, understand what those walls are and what you need to do to change them. Then find the teachers and the programs that are going to help you break down those walls so that you can become the person that you want to be, so that you can attract the kind of life that you would like to live. It's all possible. It is all there for our taking and our understanding if we will be aware that that's what's happening and not give in to all of these distracting forces of every day, and understand the difference of making a choice, make a decision, and then follow through with that decision.
Wow, I was making notes. That's why probably people heard a pause from me. That's so incredible. And, when I did, just before we close, I did the 40 days brainwave entrainment of neurofeedback. I've done neurofeedback for many, many years. And I had an experience of a breakthrough of layers. And I think that's what you call the boxes, and layers. And that we'll leave it for another podcast, you and I, so we can talk about it, where I had a final experience where the universe was infinite and all I saw was God as a flower. And I went into the flower for some reason. It was called the golden flower in my vision. It really was, through a neurofeedback process. But I remember feeling after that moment like a layer, like what you call a box, like a wall had absolutely disappeared from my reality, and I created my next level. And I know I still have so much work to do. Even though I meditate every day, I feel my boxes. And that recommendation that you give to everyone, just to be aware. Wow, it sounds easy, but it is something that requires discipline, commitment, and a willingness to really know who you are, to be aware of your thought process, not be in a defensive mode, your emotions, your feelings, and do the work that will help us thrive. So, Dr. Fannin, I can't wait to work with you. I can't wait for you to to go into your office and what does the brainwaves of Yvonne are telling me, it's kind of like little, like it's very vulnerable, but I don't mind, I don't mind because I mind. So thank you so much for being here, Dr. Fannin. We'll be sharing all the launch of your book, everything. This podcast is your home, as I shared with you before. Whenever you want, you can come back. We'll have you back here. For me, I really feel this is a duty from the Spirituality Now podcast side, and personally to just bring this education and awareness for people, because the more educated people are and they take the knowledge into action, the better our humanity will become, and the more compelling, brilliant futures in the now we will manifest all together. So thank you so much, Dr. Jeffrey.
Yes, thank you, Yvonne, for having me on. You are right on with everything that you said there. So thank you so much.
Well, we're a team now. So thank you so much. And thank you everyone for listening. Please, 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 not only follow Dr. Fannin, really, he has so much information and free content. You can download the first chapter of his book. You can watch him on YouTube. You can watch him on Vimeo. There is so much information and blogs, and his work is unbelievable, as you can have heard in his bio. Don't miss out. Don't wait till someone tells you that it's your last day on life to do this work. This is the work of personal progress, of enlightenment, and with science. This is spiritual science in the most beautiful way. So thank you, everyone. Please follow, like, share. Remember, we're a philanthropic podcast. We don't ask any payment for this, except that you share us if you like and deserve it. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Un besito. Adios. Thank you for listening to the Spirituality Now podcast. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform and share us with a friend. To learn more about how to live more present in the moment and take your faith into action, visit delaflorteachings.com/faith to access the free training of 21 Days of Faith in Action today.